The courtroom echoed with horror as justice was finally delivered. Before we begin this next chapter of Peter Sutcliffe's story, make sure you've watched part 3. In that video, we explored the massive police investigation, the hoax letters and tapes that misled detectives, and the shocking moment of Sutcliffe's arrest and confession. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch part 3 first. It sets the stage for everything that follows in the courtroom, inside prison, and in the lasting impact on society. Okay, let's start. Peter Sutcliffe's trial began in May 1981 at the Old Bailey, one of Britain's most famous courts. The case drew massive public attention, with survivors, families of victims, and the press watching every word. Sutcliffe admitted to the killings but tried to argue diminished responsibility, claiming he was guided by voices. His defense team pushed for a reduced sentence, suggesting he should be sent to a psychiatric hospital instead of prison. The jury, however, rejected his claims. They found him guilty of 13 murders and 7 attempted murders. Justice bore down on him. Sutcliffe was sentenced to life imprisonment with a whole-life tariff, meaning he would never be released. The court made it clear, the man who had terrorized Yorkshire would spend the rest of his life behind bars. Even behind bars, Sutcliffe couldn't escape violence. Locked away, Sutcliffe's life inside prison was far from peaceful. Other inmates despised him for his crimes, and he quickly became a target. He was attacked multiple times, beaten with sharpened weapons, and once left partially blind after an assault. Prisoners saw him as the embodiment of evil, and they wanted him to suffer for what he had done. Despite the constant threats, Sutcliffe spent decades behind bars in high-security facilities like Broadmoor Hospital and later HMP Frankland. His health declined in later years, and he grew frail. In 2020, Sutcliffe contracted COVID-19 and died shortly after, bringing an end to one of Britain's most infamous killers. His crimes didn't just destroy lives, they reshaped a nation. The Yorkshire Ripper case shook Britain to its core. It exposed deep flaws in the police system, especially how officers handled female victims and how resources were wasted chasing false leads like the Wearside Jack hoax. The case became a turning point in British policing, leading to major reforms in how serial investigations were conducted. Beyond policing, Sutcliffe's crimes ignited the women's rights movement across the UK. Protesters filled the streets demanding safety, accountability, and respect for victims. His actions forced society to confront uncomfortable truths about gender violence and public safety. Even decades later, his legacy remains a dark reminder of how fear can change a nation and how resilience can lead to reform. You've been watching Twisted Truths, where crimes are uncovered and justice is revealed. But here's the question, did Sutcliffe's punishment truly bring closure to his victims' families, or does his shadow still linger over Britain today? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next chilling story.